All right, welcome back. We are joined by former Husker and longtime character actor Matt Vrzal. That mustache, you could be in several cop shows.
Thank you.
Several cop shows.
Some people on stage hate this mustache.
Homicide, New York. You could be on any of those shows.
I'd be a criminal element.
All those, yeah.
Thank you.
You could be on all of them.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're
for
welcome. You're welcome. Yeah.
You'd be a double in Super Troopers.
Thank
That
you.
too, yes.
I would do that in a minute.
A little bit of everything. Yeah. So,
Right, I'd do it right now.
let's get your bowl game thoughts. What did you think about getting that 7th win?
You know, it was awesome for the boys to battle through it all. I mean, those guys have been through hell, the ones that have been there the whole time. Probably the thing I was happiest with was that 4-minute drill. You know, it's something I've been begging for game after game.
Yep.
Would have sealed up a lot of them. To see them actually do it in the bad conditions and just to see them happy. You know, it was great to see enthusiasm and effort and all that stuff. So good to get a win and good to end the season on a high note.
Yeah, whereas I think Damon and I have stood up here at numerous shows and have stood up for the offensive line this year. I think they've got probably some unfair blame because they're easy targets. Things don't go well. It's always offensive line's fault. But I thought with the injuries and some young guys coming up, I thought they played at a pretty high level this year. Agree, disagree on that?
So the trend that you've kind of established now is the first few games, it's a little iffy, and then they round into form toward the end of the year. So if that's settling in, if that needs to be amped up in practice earlier in the season, they aren't usually the reason things go bad, but being an offensive lineman, you know you're going to get the blame.
Yeah.
So take that blame, use that as fuel, get mad about it, practice better, practice harder, tune things up. There's always room for improvement. There's little technical things they can get better at, but it was better than it's been in the past, and I think it's on an upward trend.
One of the things that we saw that kind of Jay referenced earlier is, and this is the relationship we have, right?
Yes.
Like, you know, I need you.
Yeah.
But the running backs seem to be better, reading holes, the cutting, like just reading the run game better. And Coach Holgerson was saying that he enjoys the fact that Coach Satterfield and Coach Raiola get along so well schematically because of the tight end and O-line game clicks for him, and he thinks the backs really benefited. Could you see the backs getting better behind that run game as the season went on?
The big piece for me with the backs, and quarterbacks included, they became more patient. Like, I think early on in times they were pressing holes and not letting them develop. Now, you know, they're big boys. They're 300-pounders trying to move other 300-pounders that don't want to be moved. It's going to take a little bit of time. But Emmett, I think, is probably the best at it. He's very patient. His feet are so quick that he can dance. I was super happy for Ramir, too. He's a guy back in some of the radio days. You know, we heard his story about he was taking trains to get to his high school team, like leaving at 5 in the morning to take trains to get to where he needed to go to high school. So obviously committed to what he wanted to do. But their patience toward the end, I think, really helped the linemen a lot as well. They let things develop a little more, and then they could hit those creases, and then their natural ability just took over.
One of the big questions going into next year is what's going to happen at center spot.
Yeah.
We've seen Justin Evans play the center spot. There's some other guys, younger guys. Do you have kind of an idea who you'd like to see play there? Following Ben Scott?
I love Evans Jenkins, and is it just Evans now?
Yeah. Just Evans now, yeah.
We're just Evans at guard. I think he can evolve a little bit further. I think he got a little beat up toward the end of the year. The Sledge kid is one I'm a fan of. You know, it's an athleticism thing, okay? He played tight end when he started. He moved to tackle. He's moved all around the offensive line. But that athleticism is something that you have to display as an offensive lineman. Guys that play multiple sports, always love to see some wrestlers in there.
Sure.
You know, those big boys that can move. And those are what I want to see. So I would look for Sledge to have a shot at it.
Nice.
This kind of takes me into my next question. I was with some guys after the basketball game on Saturday. We were having a discussion about what position on offensive line is easiest to play at an early level. And I said I would probably say guard, then tackle, and I think center is the most difficult spot to play at an early level. Where will you be on that sentiment?
I would agree with you that the guard spot is probably going to be your easiest because you've always got a bumper.
Protection,
You've got bumpers next to you. If you get beat, just give him the old elbow and hope he bumps into somebody else. Then you move your fat butt over there and get in front of him. But the center in most situations now is kind of your second quarterback. They have to see it the same way the quarterback. So he's your signal caller. He's your guy that's getting everybody lined up. Tackle with the way the freaks that are on the edge now. You know, that's the last thing you want is to be a tackle on an island when you're young and like, have you seen this dude over here that's like 6'6", runs a 4.2?
So you say tackle's most difficult?
Oh, easily.
Just because of that.
Easily, yep. Everybody else has room to bump.
That shows you what Gottula did. How impressive that was.
Yeah, we talked about that on the way down, where he's still probably a year away, and they were able to develop and be functional with such young offensive line play and that left tackle spot in particular.
Yep, learning on the fly is hard. and they threw the kid in, and he did a serviceable job. There's things technically I think that he and Rayola will clean up through the off seasons. You got a couple of them now where you're going to get stronger and faster. Then you get into more technical stuff, but there's things, hand placement, feet movement, they'll come with time. But to get thrown in there and you're kind of just going at it and seeing if you can survive, and he did a decent job.
Biggest difference you saw in those games under Dana Holgorsen when they kind of started changing the offense around?
Fluidity. You see one play lead into another. I absolutely love with the amount of those mismatched tight ends, I'll call them, that Nebraska has.
Yeah.
The delay block for a little bit, you're my outlet receiver, and
yeah.
it's just an easy dump, and then you go let the freaks be the freaks and let them get yards. Love that.
Yeah.
Right? But then you could kind of see how things would set up. We're going to run this. It's going to make the defense do this. Now this pass route will be open. So I loved how fluid he was in the play calling, and that comes with experience. That's just a seasoned play caller that did a really good job.
Yeah.
You look at, so you talked about the offensive tackle being the most important part of the offensive line. You lose Ben Hart. Prohaska has gone through those injuries. Corcoran potentially coming back, going through some injuries or some portal things, people coming in. Where are you kind of at on the future of that position? We mentioned Gotula, but who do you kind of think steps in and takes that role for Ben Hart? Do you think it's someone on the roster, or do you think they're trying to figure out the dollar signs in the transfer portal for someone yet?
We all get upset with the portal, and I understand it. We want guys to be loyal and we want things to be loyal. I look at it as opportunity.
Yeah.
Right, so if you get out and your eval is really good, now unless you have the best offensive line in college football, which all due respect, I don't think we do, you have the opportunity to improve yourself. So you can do that. So now you make that room a challenging room. It's like, hey, they brought this dude in at my position. Am I going to get upset by this, or am I going to just be like, oh, well, they like him more than like me? Or are you going to say, I'm going to show them I'm better than him? And now you get those rooms that are lively, and it's competition, it's friendly competition. We're all doing the same thing, but you ain't taking my job, okay? As far as replacing Ben Hart, I would say that's probably an on-roster guy. I could see them maybe moving Gotula over and putting Teddy at left. Don't know anything from anything, but that would be something I would see. But, a healthy Teddy Prohaska will be fun to see because he's had such an injury-riddled season. Corcoran, I would say, probably going to move inside, and now you have depth at those positions. Now you could move Evans to center, give Sledge another year to develop. There's another youngin' on there that I can't say his name right, so I'm going to embarrass myself. Nope, the one from South Dakota. There's another one. Starts with an M.
My check.
Good enough.
Machacek.
That guy.
Machacek.
Yeah. Yep. He's another one that's got a bit of dog in him, which I think they need. They need some bad dudes in that room.
Yeah.
You always prided yourself on you were really good as an underhand softball pitcher, baseball pitcher. You could shoot. You could long snap.
Yeah.
Why do you think it's so hard now for regular everyday linemen to be long snappers now? Like we have specialists now that just long snap. Like what do you think happened there?
Number one, I love you for pumping my tires because I am terrible at, like, if I walk one person pitching softball, that thing just becomes a carousel because I'm not mentally tough enough to just do this.
Right.
So, but you had athletes there, like, and guys wanted to be athletic. I scrambled a guy's brain at Paisans the other night. We were talking about deep snapping and da-da-da-da, and I said, well, Adam True was our tackle, but he was also a deep snapper. He snapped in the league for 11 years.
Yeah.
Like those are the kinds of guys
The guy didn't believe me. He goes, Adam True, the tackle.
Yeah.
And I was like, that guy.
Yeah.
Like threw 93 off the mound, got drafted by the Reds. That guy. Yeah, he could spin it between his. So it's just it's something that it kind of became a niche thing where guys could get their way to school, and if he specialized in it. Who was our backup deep snapper? Do you remember?
I thought it was Graham, but it wasn't.
Phil Ellis.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm bad.
Yeah.
Yep. Broken wrist. Phil Ellis.
He was incredible. He could use either hand.
Yeah.
Correct.
Hey, well, you remember Matt Overton. How many year career did he make in the NFL?
He's still playing.
He's still playing. Still helping out. He's coaching it too and doing it.
He's still helping. That's one. If I could go back and redo my career,
Yeah.
I used to want Caleb to long snap.
People told me, learn how to long snap. I remember talking to Chris Kelsey.
And you didn't listen.
He comes back. He goes, learn how to long snap. And I'm like, I'm not long snap. And I'm like,
I'm Jay Moore.
it just buys you
whole career.
It buys you.
Hey.
I saw a lot of guys got kept on NFL rosters that weren't that good because they could long snap.
Before True started, it was because he could long snap. He was like these combine. It wasn't combine records, but his times. They saw third-round draft pick. Yeah. And we're like, wait,
Just off of his testing.
this guy could snap.
Just threw rockets. I mean, missiles.
Last thing before we let you go.
Yeah.
Nash and Ty. What do they mean as a guy who played the game, who watched these guys? What does it mean what they gave to the program?
Man, going to be two tough guys to replace. Durable, I think we're all in agreement on the stage at times. Maybe we're playing out of position due to necessity, but gave literally everything they could, like any and everything they could to the program. Nebraska football will be forever indebted to those two guys for just doing everything that they did for their careers. Two great kids, carried the torch and carried the banner and did a good job. They'll be sorely missed, but hopefully the younger guys in the room saw how they worked.
Yeah.
And they saw the things that they did, and that can carry over, right? Because that's what you have to pass on now. You have to pass on a work ethic to them.
Yeah, they may not be as big, the guys behind them, but they may be more athletic, maybe.
Yeah, that's spot on. Their capacity, their work output is incredible.
Yeah.
If Nebraska can find guys to match that,
Yeah.
and give yourself a chance.